What's up, guys? Today we're going to be going over a few things. First being the still hunt. I want to compare it with and without Nighthawk to see if it is truly a hunter exotic. Obviously it's going to be better with Nighthawk, but is it still usable on other characters? That is kind of my question. And the second one is Nighthawk versus the new exotic class item with Foetracer plus Star Eater skills. Seeing if this is better for the still hunt plus golden gun combo. So starting off with the still hunt, if you don't know how this weapon works, hitting 6 crits will charge the weapon. You can hold reload to pop a golden gun, or you can pick up 12 orbs, whichever comes first, or a combination of the two. This weapon hits for 32,000 on the normal shots. Then with the golden gun, without Nighthawk, it's only ramp up every shot, hitting 70,000, 100,000, then 135,000, for a total of 309,000 between the 3 bullets. And that will work on any character, and that is a pretty decent amount of damage. And looking at what a DPS rotation would look like, you would shoot off the 3 golden gun shots, you would shoot 3 more, reload, shoot 3 more. At that point, you would have your next golden gun ready, you would pop it, and that would be the full cycle. If you were on Hunter or Warlock, you could also dodge to avoid reloading, saving about 1 second in the rotation, and that would result in about 57.7 thousand DPS or 64,000 if you had the ability to dodge and avoid the reload. So definitely not terrible for a special, but also not that great. But now, and this weapon also holds 24 with max reserves, which means without Nighthawk, a total damage output of 1.4 million, which is pretty good for a special weapon. But now comparing that to the Nighthawk, which will combine the 3 shots into one, and not only do that, it will also do way more damage. It can hit for now 473,000, which means 52.9% more damage than without the Nighthawk. And you save 2 shots to potentially get off more Nighthawks and just do more damage overall with the base weapon. And this rotation takes roughly 6.6 seconds, which means DPS is over 100,000 and the total damage is 2.1 million. And both of these numbers are very, very good for a special weapon. These are a lot closer, if not matching some of the best heavy weapons in the game. And the golden gun / Nighthawk damage of the still hunt does count as weapon damage still, so it works with solar weapon surges. It also works with radiant and all the other buffs that would work for weapons, and that would take the damage with the Nighthawk, as you see right here, to a lot higher at over 722,000, which is a lot of damage from a single shot of a special weapon. Unlike Nighthawk, it will not be buffed by courage because once again it is coded as weapon damage and not ability damage, even though we're taking advantage of Nighthawk and it's kind of like a golden gun. As you see, the numbers will not go up, still the same total damage of that 722,000. And golden gun can get buffed by being radiant, and also the courage fragment, taking it to 775,000, which is quite a lot. So overall, the still hunt on Hunter with Nighthawk is obviously great for a special weapon, kind of in line with most of the meta power weapons in the game for DPS and total damage output. And without Nighthawk, it definitely isn't bad for a special weapon. It might not be like the highest DPS ever, but it definitely outputs a decent amount of total damage. So if you're doing a raid and it was solar surge, let's say you're fighting the witness, it's probably still worth using it even on other characters, just because of how well the rotation and the timing of the witness's attacks kind of line up. Not to forget, you could also just pair this with Apex Predator and still have the great burst of rockets in your power slot in between shooting this weapon. Now for part 2 of the video, comparing Golden Gun to Star Eaters and Foetracer for the full combo and Golden Gun damage. So starting off with just the base Marksman Golden Gun, looking at the way the damage ramps up, it's only hit for quite a lot. And now if we go ahead and put on Star Eater, now you can get up to Feast of Light times 6. And when you pop your super, this will be a total of 70% increase to super damage. And the first 2 shots killed Carl, but we can just do some math here. And the total of Star Eaters over the 3 shots, if you combine them, will be 783,000. While as we showed off before, the Nighthawk was 775,000. So Golden Gun with Star Eaters is more damage than Nighthawk, but not by that much. And once again, it's going to take the time of 3 shots compared to 1. And just for fun, I didn't expect this to work. I tried to see if Feast of Light and Star Eaters would work with the Still Hunt Golden Gun, and it doesn't. I didn't expect it to. As we said, this is coded as weapon damage. of the Still Hunt and not the ability itself. So already off to not a great start for the Star Eater Foetracer comparison. Star Eater's is barely more damage and will take more time to shoot off the 3 shots compared to the 1. But what about Foetracer? Does Foetracer make it worth using? Well, Foetracer will make it so when damaging a powerful combatant or guardian with an ability, grants you a temporary damage bonus for weapons matching that ability's element. So what we can do is use our golden gun, hit the boss, and get the Foetracer buff afterwards. And if you could see in the left side, there's just too many buffs in this game. It'll be Solar Weapon Boost times 4, which will be a 25% buff. But the thing about this is it doesn't stack with the mod's Solar Weapon Surge, which you can usually get up to times 3. The Foetracer is the same buff, but just now times 4 at 25% compared to 22 with times 3. So without Foetracer, we can already do nearly the same damage with just triple Solar Surges, and the Foetracer is only effectively adding 3%. So at this point, it's almost not even worthwhile to continue the comparison, because if we just look at the Still Hunt damage, as we showed off in the beginning of the video, Nighthawk was doing 52% more than without Nighthawk on the Still Hunt, and with Foetracer only effectively adding 3% back, obviously that's not even close. And for the golden gun shots, the Star Eaters did do more total damage, but not by that much, and once again required 2 extra shots of time. So if you can imagine the full combo, it really won't even be close. Nighthawk is just straight up better, which is kind of disappointing because I was hoping Foetracer plus Star Eaters would be better. Star Eaters also requires more work, and pairing it with Foetracers just sounded really cool. But at the same time, I'm not too surprised, because if Foetracer was its own unique buff that was stacking with surges and things like that, it would just make Hunter even more broken. So I'm not too surprised, I'm just kind of disappointed, but at the same time, if it did result in a better combo, it'd just be even more broken. So it's kind of like a mixed feeling situation. If anything from this video, it kind of just showed me that the Nighthawk damage increase might just be a little bit too high. I think the 3 shots of Golden Gun, either on the Still Hunt or with just the base Marksman Golden Gun, should probably result in way more total damage, but require more time. But right now, that's just not true. Most of the time, Nighthawk is not only more total damage, it's also a lot faster. So it's just really hard to beat, and there's really no point even trying to use something else. So once again, recapping the 2 things we talked about in this video, Still Hunt is obviously great with Nighthawk on Hunter, right in line with most of the best power weapons in the game. On other characters or without Nighthawk, it's definitely usable. It's not like the best thing of all time, but definitely puts out a decent amount of damage, and the DPS is okay. So really, it just depends on the boss fight. If Still Hunt makes sense, still use it, it's gonna be pretty good. And the second thing is Nighthawk is just way better than Foetracer plus Star Eaters for at least this Still Hunt Golden Gun combo. On other builds, it could be pretty good, but Foetracer overall effectively is only roughly a 3% buff compared to just using triple surge already. So on this combo itself, definitely not worth doing over Nighthawk. Anyways, I think that's gonna be it for the commentary. There might be a little bit of gameplay left from our first clear of the Witness on contest mode. Like usual, thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.